Hey guys! Today I want to do a short video to tell you about a book called The Miracle Morning. It is by Elrod, and I bought it in book form, which I rarely buy a book in book form anymore, but I knew I would want to mark up this book. I am big into Audible right now because I don't have much reading time, or I haven't made myself fit in a lot of reading time other than scriptures into my day every day. So Audible I can listen to every day when I work out. That's how I fit in my books right now. And then I also have Kindle, which I'll buy books on that I want to read in, but this one I really wanted in a paperback. So it is Miracle Morning. It's of course on Amazon by Elrod. And what it's about is about how if you wake up earlier and change your whole morning, it will change your whole life. Now, I have just only begun this book, a few pages in. But before I even bought the book, I watched several YouTubes online from him. He has YouTubes out, and from other people who have done it. And also reading on some people's blogs who have done it. So that's how I was first introduced to it. So after just reading and watching online some of his stuff, I decided I wanted to try it. So I haven't even read the book yet. This is like part one of how I'm doing with it. I just started it. I wrote down my date on April 3rd. So today is April 30th. So I've only been doing it for a little less than a month right now. And I haven't even been doing the full scope because I haven't read the book and I haven't done some of the other things yet. I'll tell you about those. But just what I have done, I will just say it has been life-changing. I did not think it would be, but it has changed me to be a much more productive person. And I have a different mindset and I accomplish a lot more every day. And I think I have a better attitude and outlook even since I've been doing this, even though I've been waking up earlier and getting less sleep. So anyway, I made a page in my bullet journal and I just called it, the name of the book, Miracle Morning. And I listed out his lifesavers. He gave an acronym to the 6 things that you're supposed to do every morning. So wake up earlier to do these things is what he's saying. He also online outlines a 6-minute version of this for if really you cannot give up any more sleep, or you have a certain job or kids certain ages, times in your life when you cannot fit in a miracle morning. He tells you in 6 minutes how you can do these 6 things. And even just starting out like that, you're starting something and it's going to make a difference. So you can look that up online if you look up his 6-minute guide to like a fast miracle morning. But I'm going to go through these 6 things and tell you what I've been doing as of it's only been less than a month. And then I will update you as I go further on. And I don't know how it's going to work out over the summer. I'm definitely going to set an alarm. But that's time when my kids stay up quite late because I have older kids and I, stay up with them. So I don't know what it's going to turn into over the summer. I'm definitely going to still get up earlier than I would in the summer. And I really hope I'm going to stick with it. So we'll see what y'all will hear about my accountability. So it's lifesavers. So you're spelling out savers, and you can find all this online too. The S is for silence. So you want to have a few moments of silence, whether it's complete silence or whether you're using it for meditation, prayer, reflection, deep breathing, or thinking of your gratitudes. So however you want to use that silence. And that's an easy one. And it's one that is really good to do. I think all his are really good. A is for affirmations. Okay, affirmations are things that you repeat to yourself. They change your programming. This is what he says about them. A way to change the negative thoughts and beliefs about ourselves that we have been carrying around. Now, I have not come up with my affirmations yet. So I am not really doing that part. Except for I will tell myself things like, today's going to be a good day. I can be a patient mom today. And I am going to do those things that are most important to me and my family today. So I have been telling myself things like that, but I have not really come up with my list of affirmations, of which might be too personal that I probably won't want to share them. But I am working on that, coming up with my list of affirmations. V next is for visualization. He says, also known as mental rehearsal. It's the practice of creating mental pictures of specific behaviors and outcomes occurring in your life. I think of this when I think of the Olympic athletes, or even of me running my half, certain physical events in our life where you're told, if you visualize those things, you visualize, how you want to be doing them, you visualize that you're going to be strong, you visualize those things. And in those mental pictures, it helps you change those behaviors and the outcome of your life. So I would say that I have not used visualization every day for sure, but I tried to maybe mentally rehearse my day and how it's going to go, thinking of the events of the day and visualize it going well, and visualize me being calm and our homeschool being a good place. And so I wouldn't say I do a great job of doing that every morning, but now that I've kind of tinkered with this for, almost a full month, I am definitely going to jump in this next month and really try to do each one of these every morning. Okay, exercise is the E in S.A.V.E.R.S. I'll just say it. I do not like getting up super early and going straight into exercise. It's just not what I like. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't feel like I can even do my best. Like, my running time is definitely slower when I do that. Probably because I will have to train my body over a period of many weeks, maybe even months, to get used to the fact that that is my exercise time. And maybe I will get back up to my normal speed. I'm not sure. So over the summer, I hope to be able to get up at 7 and go work out before I even have to worry about my kids. So, but right now, while school is in for still another month and a little more, I have to wake up at 4:40 if I want to work out in the morning. And that's so I can get dressed and brush my teeth and pull into my gym parking lot at 5 o'clock when they open. And let me tell you, the gym, I never knew this. The gym is way busier at 5 a.m. when my gym opens than when I go at 1:30 p.m. I love the 1:30 to 3 o'clock lull in my gym. If I go anytime in there, it's the slowest time of day, I know, because their childcare ends at noon and all the moms are home with their kids having their naps, and other moms who have elementary school pickup, well, that's earlier and I don't have that. And so it's a really slow time, and I really love that. But having said that, sometimes I have to seriously rush my days and feel stressed with homeschool and rush to be able to get myself to the gym and fit that in. So after wanting to start the Miracle Morning, I did something I've never done before. Okay, well, I have. When me and my sister were training for our half last year, we would do our one long run a week together, and we would always do that early on Saturday morning. And one time we even had to do it at 3:30 in the morning because it was 12 miles, and she couldn't come on that Saturday, and so we had to fit it in on a school day. And so anyway, we had to do it so early so I could be done before my son got up to get ready for school, so I could be home, because I don't like it to trample on our family routines and mess all that up. So anyway, we would get up early every Saturday morning, usually run by 5. But that was the only time in my life. Number one, I had her there for motivation. Number two, it was only for a 12-week training period. And number three, it was only once a week. So when I came into this Miracle Morning, first, I started just getting up 30 minutes earlier than my son gets up, which was at 5:30. And I started only doing my scripture study and scripture journaling. And he does recommend scribing is your last S and reading is the R. We'll talk about that next. So I just wanted to change my scripture reading to this time in the morning. And that made a huge change in my life. I didn't even add in the exercise in the morning yet. I left it where it was in the afternoon. So I starting this off. So, okay, exercise, we'll come back to that. Reading. He says to read something. The key here is to learn from the experts. One of the fastest ways to get where you want to go is to model successful people who have already been there and done that, so to speak. So he's saying reading a book like his or someone else's, or a book that just betters you in some way. You're trying to learn something. But I am using that for strictly my scripture time. I just don't have time to add in another book right now, although I'm just delved into his book, but that may not go in the morning. That may fit in other times a day. I'm not sure. Simply because, I don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I do my scripture reading, and that's his R reading, because I am definitely bettering myself with that. And I do my scripture journaling. And I don't just read from my scriptures. I read from a study book that goes along with them that helps me understand them and learn things. So I really feel like I am doing the exact reading thing that he recommends. I'm learning from the experts and the prophets who are the experts. So I do scripture journaling with my scriptures for 30 minutes. So that's my reading and my scribing. He talks about scribing, writing or journaling, taking the time to put your thoughts and feelings on paper. Not only clears your mind, but allows you to look back and see your progress once you get a good log going. I completely agree with that. Also with my scripture journal, I restarted doing normal journaling with that also. I don't do that every morning, the normal journaling, when I can fit that in. Although I have been using my InkWELL quarterly for just kind of like daily what happened that day journal, and I do that every day, but that's just one little section of a day. So I have a whole separate, just more like personal journal. So I have been doing that for a month, even on the weekends, waking up and reading my scriptures earlier than anyone else gets up and scripture journaling, and that has been the game changer for me. It makes me change my whole day. It makes me go into peak productivity mode. I can't explain why, but it works. Trust me. So those are his things: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. And so he's saying you can do this in 6 minutes if you have to do an abbreviated version. So you would just do 20, 30 jumping jacks, do something to get your blood moving. So even if I work out later in the day, I have tried just doing a little stretching in the morning, or even just a little jog in place, or some push-ups, just like literally 1 minute of something to get my blood going. So I have only exercised early. I was going into that. So I've done the scribing and the reading and waking up 30 minutes earlier every single day for that. If I was going to fit in all this, even minus the exercise, I really need to wake up an hour early. So I would need to wake up at 5, and that wouldn't even fit my exercise in. So when I go to exercise, I've only gone about 5 days early, and it's been sporadically. And number one, there's tons of people at the gym, and I feel like it's a whole different class of people. It's like these people are like the game changers. These people are like the serious people. It's like we have things to do, places to go, and people to see, and we are going to get our workout in, and then we're going to get there. Like, that's just what I feel from them. I feel like a whole different vibe than like the 1:30 afternoon crowd. And I'm like, wow, okay. So besides me being slower, it does feel great to literally be pulling in my garage at 6:05 a.m. and feeling like, wow, okay, I am done with my workout for the day. I did that. So then when I do the gym early, what I've done is my son gets himself up and gets in the shower at 6 a.m. But I have to check and make sure he got himself up, because once again, the snooze alarm, which I mentioned in my time productivity tips video, yeah, we're working on that. So that's why I have to be home to check. So he will get in the shower, and I will be down here, and I will try to fit in my scripture reading then. It ends up being a little bit shorter than 30 minutes. But I do my scripture reading and journaling. I'm still sweaty and dirty. And then he's up, and I go in there with him, and he gets his breakfast, and I make his lunch, and we talk and do like our morning routine. And once I've kind of talked to him a little bit and I've got like him set, then I will go jump in the bath for a quick bath. But I feel like everything is so rushed and so timed when I go to work out early. I will go for a quick bath, and then I will be out, and he will still be like, he likes to wake up in plenty of time, and he likes to have lounge time, like on his computer and just chilling after breakfast. So he likes to have like 30 minutes of chill time once he's done with breakfast. So then I'll be out of the shower, and at this time, my husband and my other son are still asleep. That's their schedule. So it does feel good to be done that early. I just don't have as much of getting the slow wake up time and like the silence, and I haven't done any of my silence affirmations, visualization yet. But then once I get him to school, I can kind of come back and finish that up, because I will be waking my other son up. And then I give him an hour from when I wake him up till we start homeschool, so he can have like an hour to wake up and eat breakfast. And so I can fit that all in the morning. It's not just like right when I wake up. And like I said, the summer will be completely different. I'll have to revamp my whole schedule for that. So, but I will say, I would love to work out every day, but I get really tired when I wake up at 4:40 every day because I can't go to bed in enough time. My kids are older, and like my oldest son's not asleep until like 10:30 every night, and or even sometimes not even in bed till 10:30 and then falling asleep later. And I like to be up until he's asleep. And so then I like want some free time in my bed, and so I'm not going to sleep until like 11. And yeah, I'm just getting really tired. So I'm trying to figure out, but I do feel like this, like it makes you feel different to work out in the morning. It's kind of amazing. So we'll see how I do. I want to do it. I have to make that decision though. And I also have to decide like how many days a week do I want to do it? Do I want to do it all 5 days a week? Or a lot of times I don't work out 5 days a week, and then I try to fit in a workout on Saturday. So anyway, that's all the stuff I'm figuring out. I'm sorry this video was not short at all. And that's the beginning of my miracle morning journey. And we will see where it takes us. But for right now, I can tell you just the waking up 30 minutes earlier, just reading my scriptures and my scripture study guidebook and journaling with that in my scripture journal has changed my days, my thoughts, my feelings completely. So I highly recommend. You can really get so much information from online if you don't want to buy the book and read it. But after I read the book, I'll let you know if you should totally buy the book and read it. I have a friend who's read it and who loves it and highly recommends it too. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on my miracle morning journey. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my long-winded talking, and we will see you next time.